All right. So today we will cover two things: monthly performance review of every account, and the second one is holiday ads campaigns changes execution. uh, so first, let's talk about monthly performance review of every accounts. Uh, so as we all know that the new changes has been into impact already officially. PPC project managers would going to help you guys, analyst guys, to really ensure that we do high quality work, nothing gets misses. Even the best work also gets second eyes for the review, and we have been already prioritizing red flag accounts. I'm sure you guys have been discussing red flag accounts, and then probably would have started discussing some other accounts as well. We decided, basically we did a quick meeting yesterday, 4 of us, and we thought that let's have a specific process into base game wherein we can do performance review of every account without a miss, something that we introduce as a task into our base game. I know we are using a daily performance metric task. It has been immensely immensely living task. Every day you guys goes there and posts the updates. It's a good task, good to be in top of like monitoring stuff. So we first we thought that we actually use that task and post our monthly review points there. But then we realized that using that task, and since there has been comment coming up about performance updates every day, it will going to make it a little bit very lengthy task. We all the important points would probably get lost on there. So without making any changes or disturbance on that task, the daily performance one is going to keep TPs updated with numbers, and at the same time you guys would have an idea about how the performance is going on. We will be having a new task, monthly performance review. It's called as monthly performance review task. So this is the checklist we had created few weeks ago based on all of our knowledge, all of our discussions on how we should improve our process to reflect on we do quality work. And I am scrolling down right at the bottom. We have had a section performance review, and there is one more section reporting. So you are already doing this reporting, daily performance reporting. What we want to introduce is a separate task, January 2019 performance review. So in this task we actually every month, you guys, once a month in the first week, most likely in from 1st to 5th or 2nd to 6th, when we talk about working days, you guys, PPC analysts, you guys actually give a little bit quick rundown with the last month's performance and a statement like quick points like what you have done in the last month and how are we standing. Once you post that numbers here in this task, say this is actually not a January, but imagine this is a December, or rather say November, this month, November 2019 performance task. So you guys, PPC analysts, give a quick rundown here. It doesn't need to be big in detail, since you would be working on that account. You will be having an idea about what has been worked on, what is causing improvement in specific campaigns performance. As of now, we often talk on the chat. A lot of you guys often gives me a quick update regarding what is working on the chat. It's good for the moment. For that quick moment, we can easily acknowledge that, oh yeah, that's wonderful performance, it has been working. But afterwards, there are great chances that we're going to forget it, or probably there wouldn't be anyone else seeing this. So in this task, you guys actually quickly note that summary and what is working, what has been worked on, and then once you put that comment, PPC project managers comes in they look into your comment, then they review the performance again, with the perspective of what we can do to improve performance further, like what has been tried, what has not been tried, what should we do to improve performance. So in short, most the accounts which are performing good, their PPC project managers would probably look into how we can improve further in the next month. So they'll look into that. But in the struggling accounts cases, that's where project managers would probably look into what has been tried. Is it good? Is it going on our way or not? Or it has been implemented but isn't giving expected results. So what should we do? Should we change the strategy? Should we communicate this with the client? PPC project managers quickly put their thoughts there, and whatever changes or remedy work we need to execute. For example, PPC project manager notices that there wasn't a smart shopping launch, just the standard shopping running in. Performance has been 1x 2x. It's been 3-4 months for that client, and immediate requirement of improving performance, or else we would run into problem. So PPC project manager should tell here that, hey guys, we haven't tried smart shopping, so let's try it. Or if smart shopping tried, he should review the feed, checking product titles. Are product titles making sense? He should review the search terms. He should review if sales are happening or not. And he should just quickly evaluate, okay, we can test out duplicate feeds, we can test out changing product names, and let's launch this test. So those kind of recommendations PPC project manager would going to provide. You would again review, analyst guys, you would again review it and acknowledge that, okay, let's do that. You can create a separate task, or you can mention there has been already task going on, so you can quickly link there, and then acknowledge the due date as well between both of you party. So there should be a clear communications happen in this monthly review that the due date for this task, to getting the duplicate feed implemented and launching the campaign is, today is the 7th, so let's say 13, Wednesday 13. You communicate that, or PPC project manager set the due date, you guys acknowledge that yes, that is feasible, and start working on that. That clear communications we should maintain here. And once November month's remedy work has been executed, we can close this task, and when the December month comes in, then there should be another task wherein we would be doing the same review. Now one important thing is, in this task you guys should keep DP in the loop as a CC, and in the future if there is any communication happen anywhere else regarding performance concerns, and if they want to know, or client want to know what has we been trying, so you guys can quickly share this task. By the way, please do not let this kind of situation come in where client asks us what we are doing. Instead, we should in advance tell this client that, hey, this is our plan of improvement. So this task, one way to keep DP into loop is we need to tell DP as well that, hey DP, this is the task, this is our specific plan, and please communicate this with client. So that way client would also be aware about that. So this is what the new thing we talked about, and all 4 of us are agreed on that. We really need to have this into the base scheme. Not necessarily chats, avoid the chats. As long as you both are using this task properly, fixing the remedy work, once again coming here and communicating, you wouldn't even need to discuss on the chat. It will be all a good place to be reviewing performance and ensuring that the remedy works goes on. Another point before I ask your thoughts, suggestion is, make sure that you guys be in proper mind when you set the due date or communicate the due date with the project manager. If something not feasible, on a set due date, tell them that we should extend it, but the due date you set, try your best to execute it on that time. This will going to be very very important. I really don't want to be kind of another new kind of process we introduce wherein just we talk but not be mindful of executing them on the time. All we need is we properly review. It's a simple basics. We properly review, find out remedy executions, and then we execute it. As simple as that. Any questions, suggestions, comments, thoughts here on this?
For the review, is it any template we need to follow up or to follow, like to provide the details?
Yep.
Well, yeah. Go ahead, Vivek.
Yep. So yeah, basically, the review is going to be way uh, three way to judge. The first thing is going to be the quality. Another is going to be the growth, and another third one will be the going to the communication. So basically, what we found uh, throughout our performance and overall, uh, that these three ways is the major reason for getting the cancellations of the account. So we have to be review our accounts based on these three ways. So that is going to be quality, and quality comes under all of the things what we have launched, what is working and what is not working, what else need to be added there. So suppose we haven't launched any campaigns, or suppose we are not looking into the ad copies. So these are going to be judged first of all, and the growth is something what is objective of the client, what is what we have committed to them, what exactly they are looking for. So we do the DPs or do weekly meeting, weekly or a half yearly alignment call, weekly or bi-weekly alignment call with them, but we are not focusing what they have discussed in that alignment call. We have to be very prepared and ready what exactly is going into client mind. So that thing we need to be update by ourselves. So that what is going to be under the growth, what is happening, what is expectation of the client, where we are. So suppose in last 6 months or 7 months, client haven't increased the budget, and they are meeting the constant, the allocated budget they have allocated to us, and we are meeting to that allocated budget and giving the ROI what exactly client is looking for. But we haven't approached them to increase the budget. We haven't approached them what they can increase and where they can increase to get more growth over the revenue. So that is the things where we need to be focused on. So these all parts is going to be captured while we review any of the account. The communication part is going to be what we are communicating with the client. Is there any changes what changes we made, that is going to be addressed to client is aware about that or not, what keywords we are targeting, what negative we want to add into the our campaigns, that all need to be addressed to client. So that is the very crucial part. So these all things is going to be addressed properly every month, that is going to be addressed. Is it clear, Gonzalo?
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, those are good points, and that is exactly what we need to do in our review. Basically, we have divided into specific sections. Is what Vivek mentioned is quality, growth, and communication. I actually introduced one additional section, that is the number. So
Yeah, the performance that.
start with looking into the numbers. Numbers means what was the performance of last month, but don't just limit it looking into last month, but compare it. What was the performance last month versus same period last year? This has been one of the most important comparison aspect. Everybody looks into this, even the clients. When they evaluate performance, they actually put us in the period against the same period last year, whether it is month, quarter, or even year. So if they are evaluating year over year performance, they would look into what has been how we have been doing in 2019 compared to 2018. So compare this, and also the third one is compare this month versus last month. It's not that direct comparison, but it should still give you an idea about how you have been progressing. If your current month has been good compared to last month, it's an indication that you have been into right direction. So start looking into this and then come down to quality. Quality is absolutely very important. This is where we need to know what are the keywords in search terms converting and what are the keywords in search term not converting. Have we added negatives? What ad content is working and what is not? It's not like expanded text sets is working better than a responsive. Those are just generic statement. In a quality, we need to know what inside the ad content is outperforming. Then the feed, what is inside the feed is working. Was there your feed test wherein you have put certain keywords in the product title? Has this been outperforming your original titles or not? If any of these doesn't applicable, you see that there was never something tried like feed duplicate titles, then that could be your action item for that month or next month. Actually for that month, that hey, our shopping campaigns performance hasn't been very good. Very good means your ROS has been hinging around 1x 2x and client is looking for 3x. That means it's absolutely important for you to test different version of product titles. So all your recommendation would automatically come out when you look into quality. Growth, so the answers you seek from quality would then drive you to point out how we can grow. Growth means, go ahead.
One point I want to add in quality. So basically, yeah, what is working, that is essential, but the trying and testing, A/B testing is also essential. So we are now neglecting to A/B testing. So we run 2 or 3 ad copy in each of the ad groups, but we haven't tried and test with the new one what is working or what is not working. Just pause what is not working and try and test with a different one. So that is also going to be very essential, and we are going to implement that. So each month we have to test which ad copy is worked and which ad copy didn't work, and test with the A and B, and try again. So if A is working, go ahead with the A, pause B, and try with the C, and again go ahead with that. So that is going to be happen, and that what we should implement also. And the same thing is going to be in keywords. The same thing is going to be landing pages and everywhere.
Performing ad content. Yes. So what is working in the ad content and what is not brings out A/B testing related questions. So obviously, from the start you should do A/B testing. Have two version of ad type. You don't have to be kind of doing something special to do A/B testing. Just have two version of ad content inside ad group, and then after 3 or 4 weeks, make sure that you evaluate performance after 4 weeks and see what ad content has been performing better, and are we turning off the one that hasn't performed and adding or letting the performing ad content get more impressions. That one question regarding A/B testing. Second is, are we further testing out the performing ad content with another set of USP? It's actually never ending process. Once you know that certain USPs or sentences are really performing, okay, you are good. You can just let it run for 2 or 3 months, because afterwards your ad will be fatigued. Same ad people would be going to see, and you probably would not be confident running the same ad pretty much more than 3 months, 4 months. That's where you need to think about, okay, let's bring in new ad content, new USPs, let's test this out. So it's kind of every month process. Even you find out what has been working, you have been dominantly using it, there is still more you can test. So those questions brings out from there. Definitely regarding landing pages, so ad content is not enough. If your ad content keywords are in good shape, still conversion are not happening. This is where CRO comes in, conversion rate optimizations. So are your landing pages supporting your ad message and the traffic you are bringing? Are they converting or not? If not, then do you need new landing pages? New landing pages means A/B testing. Even with existing one, you can do A/B testing. A/B testing means trying out, different version of landing pages and seeing which one would outperform. You don't have to be kind of, and I want to keep it simple here. Check if conversion rate is good or not. Is it over 1%? If it is below 1%, then there is a problem. We need to look into landing page. No matter whatever you would do, you're never going to be thinking good results, because your landing page is problematic. So think with that direction, that whether landing pages, how are landing pages performing? Are they hitting over 1% conversion rate or not? Do we need landing page testing? In other words, new landing pages. Landing page testing means you get new landing pages. And this is not difficult. We face across a lot of this situation every day. I am sure each of you guys are having situations like you have been bidding on good quality keywords, having good quality ads, CTR is high, but still you are struggling with profit or good results. So that actually forces us to look into landing pages. We do look into landing pages as well, but there hasn't been kind of like we think we think that we need to bring in new landing pages. Alright, so that's actually the quality feed. In the feed, what is in the feed is working, means check out titles and everything, and then growth. All of these questions will automatically bring points for the growth. What should you do? It is nothing but a remedy plan, action items. What should be your plan to provide growth to the client? Growth is improving results. Growth is scaling results. If client is performing already well, scale its revenue. If client is struggling with results, improve results. These are all growth. So go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. That is the thing what you are explaining. But what is the thing what we are missing right now is something like, if some allocated budget is there, how much we are efficiently matching that budget, and if that is matching continuously, what is our next plan, what next campaigns is going to be launched, what is missing, what opportunity is lying there, uh, by analyzing different tools. So that is also coming under the growth plan. So opportunity, finding out the better opportunity through the analytics tools, through SEO analyst, or by any means. So that is the one thing. And another, to match the client's objective, that is very crucial. Right now, what we are missing, most of the client or most of the PPC tech are not focusing what is allocated budget is. Allocated budget is $10,000, but we are spending 1,000 or 2,000 or $3,000. So that is not acceptable. We have to be very careful on that. If client have some allocated budget to that, we should either match that. It doesn't mean we are spending useless money. but we should be careful and we should be in our bucket and plan what is the opportunity behind there and what we are missing, what we should launch, what we are not launching. So that is also coming under the growth plan.
Yep, totally agree. Make sure that that comes out from your review, that how you can and you should grow the Spain and the results for the client. Client give us enough budget, and there are reasons we spend low because we are probably cautious with ROS. If we won't be producing results, client would be not be happy, and those kind of scares or scary things come straight away in our mind. But it's even it's more worse than spending money. Client would have a feeling that we are even not spending their money. We have seen cases repeatedly wherein clients main concern is we aren't spending money for them. So obviously challenges comes in, and that's where you need to define that okay, we can go ahead with spending more. This will bring in traffic, we'll have to sacrifice ROS temporarily, but our plan is this will bring in new traffic, we will retarget them, and it's important for clients to really also focus on upper funnel. So those kind of challenges, if we mention, client would understand, and that way we would probably not have any scare or roadblocks that would hold us not spending money. Spend money and bring in performance. Spend money in scale. It's just in our it should be our strategic approach how we spend more and scale growth. It could be minor growth. They would accept the minor growth, but it needs to be there. We can't be like spending
Yeah,
1,000 and bringing 3,000 every month. In our eyes it's a good performance, but client, they can acknowledge this for like 2 3 months, but afterwards they would always hit the tough questions. This is why legacy clients get bored with us and often cancel, because they don't see what they expect, the growth.
yeah, exactly. So our approach need to be changed. So basically, what we are thinking right now, if something is working well, it is okay. Go ahead with that. That is okay. Go ahead with that. But what we are new trying. So if something is working good, that is okay. We need to try and test with a new one, new opportunity. Also, we need to test with. So if we have budget, we cannot be idle. If something is going good, it's okay, it is going good already, but try and test with a new thing as well. So that approach we need to be addressed there.
Correct. And last one is the communications. So whatever we talked and whatever we find out from the account review and our plan, it should go to the DP. It should go to the DP with valid backup answers. That's where you need to be thorough. You don't need to be very thorough. I think if you feel that DPs are not educated properly and they need to make aware about certain best practices, you could probably quickly find out a resource from internet and can quickly link it. I often kind of do that when I have to explain them or I have to support my statements. If I say that when we increase Spain, ROS would going to hit, and if that's kind of my theory, I would actually support it with resources where they actually claim the same statement. DPs and clients would going to believe that if we provide them well-known resources. So that's kind of in tough situations wherein clients are not understanding and those kind of situation appears, but the communication is all about mentioning that what we need to do. So long you can mention this in this task, DPs should be reading that and they should be communicating with client, or if they have thoughts or kind of course they are strategy partners, so they may probably have some points, and in all sense we all need to be on the same page. But if they are still not communicating with the clients and not clients are repeatedly not understanding client is a different situation. But if we see communication problem, we're absolutely going to hold DP accountable for that. This is something from your part you have been explaining this. If they are not understanding, not passing this information to client, then this is a problem from DP, and we need to be proactive to keep that our mind. We are doing that. I know a lot of you guys actually keeps discussing with me regarding concerns some DPs are having. But this is actually the communication. All your analysis should properly analysis and growth plan. Actually, analysis, quality assessment, and growth plan should be communicated to TP and client. Just mention those stuff here. So that's actually A's and B's and C's of this tasks monthly performance review. We would be actually starting it systematically now. So project managers, this is your responsibility. You guys need to add given month's tasks for November into Basecamp project. Make sure that this one, instead of here, we'll put it here, notes, not comment. So add it into Basecamp, assign appropriate due date. So once you add it, assign it first to your PPC analyst. So we are already into November month, and since you guys already reviewed one or two accounts, red flag accounts, and there has been a holiday plans coming in, which is actually my next point of discussion. So I think assign the due date probably more closer towards December month for the accounts where there is no worry at the moment. But for the accounts where you have done a little bit analysis, so it is perfect place for that account, for this task to go there. And for the accounts which you are planning to review in the upcoming week, that is also good project to create this task and assign there.
Can I add one thing, Ashok, here?
Yep.
Yep. So assigned to PPC analyst, also notified to DP and the team lead. That is going to be also good. And also, if the project manager is adding the performance review, just assign to due date to the next day or next couple of days. Let it be in PPC analyst bucket when they can analyze and review it, and based on that they move on. So due date, let PPC analyst to decide to complete all of the reviews, whatever has been assigned. But yeah, they need to be immediately take action over that, whatever the things we have find and identified.
Yeah, does anybody have any questions related to this? Related to how they need to assign? Okay, no question. That means you agree with it. So yeah, the direction is simple. Assign it. The ideal situation is add this task into your account, give it to due date. So project manager add this, assign it to PPC analyst. Make sure that you CC yourself, DP, and one of us team leads, myself or Vivek. That also you can do. Assign that. Next is PPC analyst. Check this task. Make sure that you actually set the due date appropriately. The feasible due date means when you can do. Communicate the due date that hey Ronak or Service or Ashok or Vivek, whoever is the project manager, that I'm going to provide you the states and quick summary by this date. That's your comment, and then PPC project manager acknowledge that, and by the due date comes in, PPC analyst provide the quick summary, post it comment, and then project manager you actually review it and give your good rundown with this. And the next thing is remedy or action items that we need to act on. As simple as that. Sounds good?
Yeah, sorry, Ashok, I forgot to ask. In the communication part, also the PPC analyst, we need to submit that. I ask you that because, most of the part of communication between the client and CT is by the DPs and not by us. So that part also we need to submit it, or is regarding for the DPs?
Mm, I'm
Yeah,
not sure if I actually understood your question.
No, I ask you because, for example, the PPC analyst, we don't have relationship directly with the client. So all the power related with the communication is on the DP side. I mean, for example, if I have a problem, a question, or a suggestion, I
Mm-hmm.
can provide directly to the DP, but I depend 100% of the DP if the DP communicate that to the client or not, or if I have an update or not. I ask you that because sometimes the DP may be delayed in the replies or maybe forgot something. Just to know, I ask you that because
Mm-hmm.
I understand all that.
yeah. Yeah, I want to give an answer to this. So basically, the communication is something what we want to discuss with the client. That is the part. That is the core agenda of this communication part. We don't directly discuss with the client. So how we can discuss? We can discuss with the through the DPs. So here is the point. What we have to highlight the points, what we want to ask question from the client, what is actually going on into their mind, what's actually psychology is going behind into our PPC campaign, what we are running, what actually they think. So sometimes every time DP goes into the alignment call, they overall ask the questions, what is happening, what is going on and not going on, and they mostly covered other area, the SEO part and different areas. But they don't ask our question, what actually we want to ask, we want to know. So that is the things here we need to discuss. So we have to be prepared with the question, like what is actually client's mindset, what do they think for next month PPC campaigns, what they expect. Is there any search terms they want to be into search result? Is there something? So that question we need to be prepared for next alignment call for DPs and list down those questions to them and ask. So if you will list down the questions, these are the questions from the PPC team. They will definitely ask and they will give you that answer. So that is the part. So here two things can be covered. One thing, the client can understand the PPC team is aggressive and they are giving value to us for each time. And the second thing, you can understand their psychology, what is going on into their mind. Is there something is he stuck in, like performance is being down, or this month was not good, or something like ad copy is not good. So if something they can give to you answer, you can definitely and actively work into that. So that is the part which we want to cover. We are now missing these things. So that is the PPCNS and project manager work, to find out what is going on into client mind, and that is going to through DPs. You need to prepare the questions and give them to answer. Got point?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think in the short juice of that is the communication is simply the juice of what's been the situation between you, DP, and the client. All are we on the same page? What client wants? Are we actually understanding that? And is our strategy in that direction? So you have to analyze the situations, and that's where the communication sections comes in. Is a quick analysis of what client wants, is our strategy according to that, is client understanding. There could be multiple dynamics you can find, and one dynamic can be applicable in some clients and the other dynamic into some clients. Dynamic number one is client understand our strategy, we are all on the same page, now the execution is happening. and clients is all aware about that. We have been explaining them the challenges as well, and then our slow progress or moderate progress or fast progress, and client is in total aligned with that dynamic one in communication part. Second dynamic is where client is having very high expectations. We are feeling that it's not feasible or it's not possible to deliver in short time. We can deliver, but we have this plan, this is how we will going to work, and challenges. Now is that going to client or not? Is DP have passed that information to client or not? So that's actually dynamic second, wherein if DPs are not passing, then there is a gap in communication. Communication is having problem. We are going to run into trouble. Now DP, they are responsible to pass this information, and 9 out of 10 times they would do this. But if still client doesn't agree, they would tell you that this client is kind of high expectations, or DS team's problem. They have sold this client with wrong expectations, and those kind of stuff happens. Client still not understanding. So that comes down as a dynamic second, but a completely different situation, and there is a problem with communication. So what we can do or we should do is, again, it falls down to our part. How do we change our strategy or do something magical or do something else that would going to hit or meet clients expectations? Or do we need to probably tell him more details about the challenges? It actually improvise our levels of efforts on how we can make him well aware about our strategy. Or if he is not understanding, do we need to change something meaningful? That's again one way of ensuring that we do high level of communication. And dynamic third could be a completely different kind of situation, wherein there has been a growth is happening, client is aligned with that. Client is aligned with us, but growth is not happening. Now that once again comes down to us and why it's not happening. What we need to do, should we plan out more platform? Should we tell that to the DP and client? So in simple terms, I think it's levels of communication that we do here based on client situations. All we want to ensure that are all parties on the same page, client, you and DP, has there been a complete smooth flow of communications. If not, then evaluate where the problem is. Is it client a problem? Is it a DP a problem? Or is it our strategy a problem? Okay, there's been a lot talked about on this, but I think to summarize this, I just want to keep it short and simple. Remember, it's all about, once again, fundamentals. Fundamentals means PPC is all about looking into number, looking into quality, looking into growth plan, and ensuring that whatever we are thinking is how we can achieve, and has this been totally going to client or not. That's actually main. And if there has been a problem happens in this line of stuff, then that actually makes us run into problem. If you remember, we have talked about that assessment of 1 and 1, 0 and 1. These are equal to 0. So if anything is 0, anything breaks out in your full process, it means 0. So you have been excellent on quality, excellent on growth, excellent on communications, but probably not everything has been achieved here. So not a proper example, but you have been good on strategy, good on results, but communication misses it here. For example, this, then it's all equal to 0. Client will never going to stay with us. So you need to ensure that everyone you hit 1. Then only it could be final result 1. That's why we are stressing on this, because this has been repeatedly coming to us as a problems of cancellations and poor results. So this is where we need to look into, especially project managers and analysts, pay attention on that. And this is how we should review. Take time, review it properly. PPC analysts, you guys also properly assign the due date, something that you can really do. And once again, you don't need to do magical job everything at once. It's all about priority as well, low hanging fruit. If it is just shopping that you think this month and would be improving significantly, just focus on shopping. Push down non-branded, branded, everything next month. Tell this to client and DP. It's in our hand. It's totally in our hand what we can do and what we cannot. Aware about your hours as well. Client is paying for just 5 hours, and that means just focus on shopping to improve the results. Compared to clients is paying like 20-25 hours. For them, you deserve doing a lot of work. Okay, that being said, let's begin this without a wait. Start is a simple, just add the task, assign due date, and you will be going after that. It will come automatically to you. Next point I want to talk about pretty quickly, since we are running over time again. Holiday changes execution. So, are you guys? Does anyone having in the team whose client has started Black Friday promotion already? Any client who has already started Black Friday promotion? I'm sure no one.
No, but I have the confirmation of some of them.
Okay. So, what date? When will they going to activate promotion offer?
The same date.
Okay. Same date.
Same date. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Most of clients would probably begin their holiday promotions no later than, I think, no earlier than 25 or 24, despite lot of statements, lot of surveys indicating that if they begin their promotions earlier, they will going to get benefit. I don't think anybody or any client has even started offering their promotions earlier. They will probably be launching in just the holiday week, which is starting 25th. So all I want to do, you guys, is you start reviewing things like, have you looking into feed all of your products are approved or not. Start getting them approved. You need to move slowly. You can't do everything at once. So when you guys review the account performance in November month, make sure that you guys actually keep holiday strategies in mind. And it's simple. Number one is feed changes. And feed changes is nothing but have 95 to 98% approved products. Make sure that if sale price is available in the products, and if it is not getting pulled, you ask Watson to get it there. It will have a good benefit. Merchant promotions, your offer for eligible clients, seller rating. What are your plan to increase beat? Ensure that you increase 20 to 30% beats. Higher beat adjustment for performing locations, device, days of the week. Higher audience beat adjustments. Everything you should start doing if your clients has been starting offering their promotions in this week. So I would recommend Monday onwards you actually execute higher beats. Budget increase, make sure that you have enough campaign budget during holiday period. Are there additional audience? This is what you should start doing now. This one and this one you can only do in the week of holiday, but feed changes, something that takes time, you should do it now. This one, the audience creation, more keywords adding. Again, and I think this one also you can't do it now, but also not in that holiday week, but just a week before holiday, 17, 18 onwards. This one is adding more keywords in applicable campaigns, launching more campaigns. All that should be done in this week between 18 to 22. All the yellow, all the green. It's a perfect time to do it now. And sorry, this needs to be in red. So all the red that you can do in the week of holiday, but make sure that it is in line with provided that your client has been activating offer anywhere in this week. If they are activating your offer prior, then all this needs to be adjusted accordingly. So that's what I wanted you to really, it's a good checklist. I know all of you are aware, but it's time to execute it now. So gear up for that. Let's start doing this. PPC project managers, yep, holiday period you guys need to keep in mind while we actually review the performance as well. This one you can adjust it for holiday doing clients. Performance review means ensuring that are we on top of executing holiday related best practices or not. That should be your review for November month for the clients who are doing holiday. Starting December, you can just focus on the formal or standard template we talked about. All right. Okay, that being said, I think we are good now. Thank you so much, guys, for joining, and have a good day ahead.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Yes, guys.
Great.
Bye bye.